Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It is your boy, Optic Scumpy, bringing you another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary, and I haven't recorded a video in like 3 or 4 days, and I was on sort of vacation, you could say, but I was at a tournament in Chicago. It was called UMG, or UMAD Gear, is what the UMG stands for, and it was a 64 team tournament, which is absolutely ridiculous for Call of Duty. So MLG events last year would get around 64 teams for a decent event. Like, that was a pretty good sized event. And this was a local event that wasn't an MLG, that wasn't expected to get more than 32 teams, and like 64 teams showed up to this thing. That is absolutely ridiculous. And then on top of that, there were 20,000 concurrent stream viewers during the finals match against us and Complexity, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to give you a recap of the whole UMG event. This is going to be a longer commentary for everyone that likes to see the whole gameplay. Here you go, playing on Yemen. I ended up going like 86 and 6 or something like that, using the VSAT, Escort Drone, and Warthog. And yeah, I just want to talk about UMG, give you my thoughts, give you what was going through my head, talk about some drama, just all that good stuff. So stick around, and I hope that you enjoy this. So first off, let's start with how we placed. We ended up winning the event. The initial payout was supposed to be $10,000, a base of $10,000, $6,000 for first, $3,000 for second, and I think $1,000 for first. I mean, not first, third. And it ended up going up to $7,500 for first because there was such a big turnout of teams. Jeff was nice enough, and shouts to Jeff for running a good tournament as well as Emily. They put together a great tournament, but he decided to raise the prize payout a little bit because there were so many teams, which was awesome of him. Such a non-selfish thing, and that's awesome. You know, that was great. I was so excited. I was like, we only won $6,000, and then he was like, nah, you won $7,500. I was like, let's go. I'll take that. That's awesome. And then I was just really excited. But so people were getting mad at us because they were saying that Emily rigged the bracket because she is Nate Shot's girlfriend, which wasn't the case at all. How they did the bracket was they took ICN ranks, and if you don't know what ICN is, it's Icons. It's a tournament running website where it used to hold, and it still holds, weekly tournaments for prizes, and you get an ICN rank, and you get ICN points, and you get more points if you obviously place higher than if you were to place lower. So it's just, they went off of rankings of that, which has been a website for 4 years. That's one of the most legitimate ways they could have done it, and it's a trackable way. Like, you can go and look at people's ICN ranks and see how they ranked them. Like that, it's complete bullshit that people thought that, but that's the COD community in a nutshell for you. And I wish it wasn't that way, but what the hell are you gonna do about it? But we ended up playing a lot of good teams still. Some of the notable ones, the tougher matches that we played were Soar, Farico, and obviously Complexity. We ended up playing Complexity in the grand finals after they beat Farico 4-1 in a best-of-7 series. So Complexity was a very good team. Farico was a freaking really good team. We struggled with them a lot. That went to a last map in a best-of-7. We ended up beating them 4-3 in the winners finals, and then grand finals we ended up playing Complexity because they beat them, and they were solid. John is an absolute beast. Killa is a beast. They're all beasts. Karma, as well as Too Quick. Too Quick with his FAL was a freaking nuisance to try and deal with, man, let me tell you. But they played amazing, and honestly, that was some of the most intense Call of Duty I've ever played, and people were saying that's some of the most intense Call of Duty they've ever watched. So there was a little bit of drama between Aches and Nadeshot, as a lot of you know. Aches ended up pushing Nadeshot at the end, and there are videos all over of this. And I'm going to link in the description Nadeshot's point of view. He did a video with Merc, one of our teammates, about the whole ordeal. And it's really good, really informational. It sets the truth, straight. It gives you the truth and what happened and all that good stuff. So I'm going to link that in the description. Make sure that you check that out if you're, wondering what his point of view is like, because I was literally in the background. It was me and Will, and I was like, Will, give me a freaking hug. I was so excited, and I just gave Will the biggest bro hug, and then I turned to Joe. I'm like, Joe, give me a hug. And then I look over, and Nadeshot's like pushing, not Nadeshot pushing, but Aches pushed Nadeshot, and they all started running over to break it up and stuff, and I was just like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I don't know, but its emotions were high. Complexity is our rival in a way. I used to be on Leverage, otherwise they're Complexity now. That's their team name now. And we used to be like the biggest rivals with Optic. We were the two best teams in Black Ops 1 and MW3 it carried over. It was just a huge rivalry, and a lot of shit talk was being thrown both ways. And things just happened. Unfortunately, they happened the way that they did. But, you know, you can't go back in time, and it's over now, so we're just going to have to move on. But it is what it is, like I said. But we ended up playing Complexity in the grand final, and since we were in winner's bracket and they were in loser's bracket, we didn't lose until, well, we didn't lose at all. We lost one series to them, and I'm going to explain how the tournament like settings work. So if you're in winner's bracket the whole way through the tournament, you don't lose, and you're playing the loser's final winner, so you're playing the team that gets all the way out of loser's bracket, they have to beat you in 2 best-of-5 series. They have to get to 3 maps before you can get the 3 maps twice. And if they get the 3 maps before you get the 3 maps in the first series, it just completely wipes the slate clean. It's a 0-0 tie again until the next series. And then if they beat you again, they win and you lose. But if you beat them on the second series, you still win. So we had a little bit of an advantage. They came out hot. In the first series, they ended up beating us 3-1. We took the CTF from them, and they completely mollywopped us on Slum's hardpoint. It was like 250 to 59 or some crazy shit. I'm a little embarrassed saying that because they gave us the diggity D. But after that, we ended up going to the next series. We took the CTF off them, by the way. They beat us in the hardpoint, S&D in the second hardpoint. So we ended up going to a second series, and the maps were hardpoint, S&D, CTF, hardpoint, S&D. That's like a standard series, best of 5 for Black Ops 2. So we ended up losing the first hardpoint as well as the first S&D. So we were down 0-2. We were 1 map away from elimination and getting second place, which wasn't happening. I was like telling my team, let's freaking go, guys. Like, we got to get hyped. We just weren't showing any emotion. We weren't really into it. And they were like screaming, talking shit, a whole bunch of stuff. And it was really affecting us because we weren't getting hyped up at all. And then we started to get hyped up a little bit. We won the CTF with big plays, like big clutch plays. And I don't know how I survive here. I fucking just run through all of them and I don't die. But we had huge plays, and that got us back into it. The momentum switched. Then we played hijacked hardpoint. Oh my god, the most insane match ever. I literally almost fainted when I stood up and started yelling at them because we came back and they choked hard, man. I literally stood up and I just started screaming. I felt like I was in outer space for a good freaking like 10 seconds. I didn't know what was going on. I almost fainted. That was the first time I've ever almost fainted in my life. That's how intense this was. And don't call me a nerd because you got to remember we were playing for almost $2,000 per person opposed to $750 about per person. So this was a big deal. That's like $1,000 more. $1,250 more than what we would have gotten. So I was hyped up. We went to the last search and destroy, and we ended up beating them 6-4. Me and Will had a 2v3 clutch in the last round to end up taking the game, and it was just big. Will played out of his mind this weekend. So freaking happy because he was struggling online because of his connection, obviously, and he just came out and he showed everyone that LAN is where Optic excels. And we did really well. I'm really proud of the team. There were a lot of people doubting us, and we turned a lot of heads. We proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm really happy to say that because a lot of people were hating on us for our decision to pick up Nate's shot for Rambo. But obviously, we could still win. We showed everyone we could still win, and it was a good feeling for all of us. But I hope you enjoyed this commentary, guys. If you did, make sure you leave a like, favorite if you really enjoyed it, comment, let me know what you thought of it, and subscribe if you haven't already.